everybody? Welcome to Capital Combat. The name says it all. I'm Hakeem Branch.
Rob Jarrell.
And today we're going to recap this past Saturday's World Heavyweight Championship title fight. Well, a fraction of the heavyweight title, which featured Deontay Wilder and Stiverne. Also on that card we had Leo Santa Cruz against, what was the guy's name?
Jesus Ruiz.
Jesus Ruiz. And the surprise was Amir Imam versus
Fidel Maldonado Jr.
Yes, because that was an excellent fight, and I actually forgot that it was on that card. It turned out to be the fight of the night. If you haven't seen it, go watch it, because it was a knockdown, drag-out slugfest with some great technical boxing as well. But since we didn't cover it, we're not going to play Monday morning quarterback on that one. As far as Santa Cruz is concerned, it was slated to be a showcase. Put up a little bit more of a fight than we thought. He did still get the knockout,
but he had to work for it.
Yes, he did. And then he, you know, once again called out Rigondeaux and Abner Mares and all that stuff. And I don't know if moving up is a good idea for him. Especially
with guys like Rigondeaux, who is faster and more polished.
Yeah, they're in the same weight class, but he would have to move up to fight Mares. And while Mares isn't the biggest featherweight, he's still bigger than Santa Cruz. So I don't think either one of those fights are a good idea for him. But he wants to challenge the best, so you got to give him that credit. So props to him for wanting to fight the best. It's up to him to step up and find out if he really is one of the best. Right now, it's looking like both of those guys do him in pretty badly. As exciting as he is, there was a lot of technical things that somebody like Rigondeaux would pick him apart. And I think Abner Mares would kind of out-muscle him. But like we said, he is trying to get in there with the best. Let's hope he can do it. Let's hope he can step up to the plate and make a good showing of himself. Let's talk about that main event. Now, the main event, you had Stiverne defending his WBC heavyweight title that he won from Chris Arreola. Well, won in a vacant title shot with Chris Arreola when Vili Klitschko retired. And Deontay Wilder, who was on a 32-fight knockout streak. And this one actually turned out to be better than what a lot of people thought it would be. At least I thought so. What you think, Rob?
It was definitely a good fight. It was a good game plan for Wilder. I don't think Stiverne had as great as a game plan, or he didn't have a backup plan. I don't think he was as conditioned as he needed to be for this fight. I know he's naturally bigger. I know his fights usually fights at about, what, 240 to 250 pounds anyway.
Yeah, I think he weighed about 239.
239,
yeah.
Which again, it's light for him. Now, I was surprised that Wilder came in at 219. And he showed some good movement, didn't stay in too long, and surprisingly took punches well. I know the big question with him would be how his chin held up.
Yep, and I think that's one of the things. I think Stiverne was under the impression that he would hit him in the face and he was just going to fall down.
Now, I think Wilder was definitely confident after the 6th round because he was training to go 12 rounds. He had never been more than 4, so this is a big boost to his confidence.
Yeah.
But he was still exhausted, if you ask me, from just how he looked in the ring. But good for him. The good thing for him was Stiverne was also exhausted as well.
Yeah, Stiverne took some heavy shots. He was hurt badly in the 2nd round. I think again in the 6th round. And I mean, he ate some hard shots in that fight. And so did Wilder. But Stiverne ate a whole lot more. And for him to be standing after eating a lot of those shots, that guy has a hell of a chin.
Now, he didn't, they weren't all right hands either. He took some stiff jabs right through his guard. And I believe had Wilder actually threw some shots to the body, even though I'm not sure he could have, as it would have opened him up. But you know, a well-placed uppercut might have straightened him out, straightened Stiverne out.
He threw a few uppercuts, just not that many. He played the long game, which is, you know, it worked perfectly for him. He kept Stiverne at the end of that jab. He moved around. He didn't even move excessively. He just stepped around the ring, pumped that jab, threw some right hands and left hooks, occasional uppercuts, and Stiverne had no answer. Now, we find out later that he was suffering from dehydration, and a very scientific term I can't pronounce is the condition that they diagnosed him with. But he ended up having to stay in the hospital overnight, so hopefully he recovers 100%, because, you know, he is a warrior, and he went out there and he did all that he could to try to win. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for him, so we do, above all else, hope that he's healthy and able to get back in the ring and, you know, support his family. Also, you know, this might have been one of the causes for it, but in his previous fights he didn't do it either. That's cut off the ring. That seems to be a lost art in the boxing community these days. There have been countless fights that we have watched and covered even on this show where people are just not cutting off the ring
at all.
And they're just allowing guys to walk around in circles and tag them all day, and then they get upset and say the guy's running. We need to start, as one coach to the rest of the boxing community, we need to start teaching guys to cut the ring off again. That will not only produce more exciting fights, but it will put you in a better shot to win. Because some of those, if Stiverne landed a few more of those he landed some great body punches when he did finally get Wilder on the ropes. But if he was able to do it more often, we might be talking about a different fight here. But he was not unable to, and Deontay Wilder looked great in outboxing him and winning almost every round. What you got?
I'm just trying to see where Wilder's going to go from here. He's not going to get that fight with Klitschko just yet, because it looks like Klitschko is going to fight Brian Jennings in April.
Yep, April 25th.
Yeah. Tough task, tall task. Go ahead.
And so now, children, your school counselor is back to tell you firsthand about his nasty experience with drugs and alcohol. Okay, kids, you should mute.
All right. What are you saying?
It's going to be a tough task, tall task for Jennings.
Oh, yeah.
Now, the thought is, once his hand heals, because it looks like Wilder hurt his hand in that fight with Stiverne, that he might fight another giant in the name of Tyson Fury.
Yeah. Tyson Fury says he wouldn't mind fighting him. He's fighting Hammer.
Tor
Hammer. And after that, he wants Klitschko. Who doesn't? But they'll probably match them up together. It's only rightfully so that all the other contenders battle their way for the right to fight Klitschko. He is the champ, after all. So I think that they should match each other up. And this will be another test for Wilder and also for Fury, because I think the best person that Fury has fought was Steve Cunningham, and he was a cruiserweight coming up and was able to hurt him badly. So
I'm thinking one shot for Wilder.
Yeah, that he might get that highlight reel knockout in that one. But then again, Tyson Fury is a tough guy, and he might be able to weather that storm and expose Wilder. You know how they say, just because you lose a fight, you know all this. He might be able to get to Wilder. But I think it'd be a great fight to watch. So let's hope that happens. Klitschko, Jennings, that gets out the way. Then the winner of Wilder and Fury fight the winner of those two guys, we have an undisputed heavyweight champ of the world. Once again, the Klitschko brothers have been the undisputed champs of the world for the last 10 years almost. Yeah. So, you know, the guard is changing pretty soon. Either Klitschko is going to retire with all the belts, or someone's going to take that crown. And we are excited to find out what happens. Hope you are too. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching this episode. Hope you like it. Give us a thumbs up. Share it with your friends. If you have anything you want to add, the comment section is down below. You can hit us up on our Facebook page, Capital of Combat. You can hit us up on Google+, same name. You can hit us up on our email, capitalcombat@gmail.com. Any questions, you can hit us up on any of those formats. We get you in the combat mailbag. And we'll catch you guys in the next episode. Peace.
This is round one, and you've already lost. They don't seem to see that everything we've done is come at a cost. My fists are on fire, I perform till I perspire. My demons are in a rage, keep thinking that it's a game. I kick rhyme, hurricane. I told them I don't play, I'm liquid.
Black Street Fighter.